This is a bushwhack. Oh my God. Taking a break from walking down 25 Mile Wash and doing some exploration of some side canyons. We're at the bottom of Egypt 3 Slot Canyon. Right here. Let's go in and take a peek. About to get really skinny. Oh, gotta go through sideways on this one. She's tight. Oh, all right. Oh. I know I gained some weight during COVID, but I can barely squeeze through here. And I don't think it's COVID's fault. Shows you how dry of a year it is, because supposedly there's almost always water in this part of this canyon, and there's none today. I'm not going to be able to climb up and out of that. It's just a little too tricky. Okay, here we go, back down the canyon. Oh, I need to lose some weight to get through this. Still walking down 25 Mile Wash, looking at the damage from a flash flood. Can't imagine being here when the water was that high. That would have been one heck of a flood coming down this wash. 1 minute I'm walking down a dry, sandy, wide open canyon, and the next I'm walking down this. Quite the change of scenery. And there are some deep holes in there. And by deep, I mean like knee deep. Oh, this could be deeper. Oh boy. Okay, going to try this first without my pack. It's just to see exactly what we're in for. Oh, there's the mid-thigh. It's still going down. Okay. I think that's about it. Right there. Right at critical level. Okay, let's go back and try with the pack. My sleeping bag is in the bottom of my pack, so I really don't want to get wet. Looking good. All right. In the clear. No problem. You'll survive. Having a frog. It's a double frog. Oh, a double frog. Oh, a double frog. More frogs having fun. 25 Mile Wash. Come get your hop on. Okay, let's keep going. I did the same canyon 15 years ago. And one of the big problems up along this section were the beavers. Beavers would make dams and make these big pools that would be hard to get around. We'll see if that's the same situation this year. So far, no beaver dams. So all is good about that. One of the bigger holes I've seen in any of the Escalante side canyons. Tempted to take a dip. Well, now this is the biggest hole, I think. I don't think we're wading through this one. Gonna have to find a way around. Cross the lid without a log attached to my foot. Oh, here we go. See how tedious this is? Because look at this brush. I need a way to get through this. Probably not going to be able to do it until... Exhausted. Even if you can't tell by the tone of my voice right now. Just walked 5 minutes back up canyon to retrieve my bottle, which I noticed was missing, and I was sure it got lost in the brush. As it did. Ugh. So much brush. Figured I hadn't had a dip since Berea, so it was time. It's overdue. Oh my God. Ah, it feels good. I'm way behind schedule. But you know what? If you can't take time to do stuff like this, there's no point in having a schedule. That's the way I hike my own hike. All right. I'd say that should last another 7 days, but I definitely plan on getting in the Escalante as well. That's why I brought my trekking pole with me, just in case I need a little extra bite. Unfortunately, the sun is all but down for the day. There's some sunshine. Man, it's going down fast. Day 12. It's been a beast. First hot and dry, and now thrashing through wet wilderness. Sun is going down. I wouldn't have been able to tell most of the time because I've been in this tree tunnel. Actually, this is a nice straightaway now. Fighting through that stuff is a tree tunnel. It's rough. Okay, it's getting time to find a place to camp though. So let's hope the creek cooperates in that fashion and gives me access to someplace good. I see a big cottonwood tree right there, it looks nice. Let's hope there's some flat ground underneath it. I think we'll call it home. Well, it's not 8 o'clock yet, it's a little early. Looks like an okay place. Evidently someone else thought so because they left a tent pole behind. I bet they're missing that on day 2 or day 32, whatever day they're on, but tent's pretty hard to set up without this thing. Now the question is, do I leave it here or do I pack it out? In this case, I think I leave it here because if they're going down to Escalante and back, they'll probably know where they lost this and they'll be back. It's tough, but I think that's the best bet. Okay, but for now, we have to decide if we like this as our campsite for tonight. I think I do. The only thing I want to look at is up here, if I can do this walk. I'm not sure I can. In what shoes this could be hard. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that in wet shoes. And my watch just beeped. Whoa! So it is officially 8 o'clock. So now we can camp. Oh, I know I could do this. Oh, that's slicker than I thought. Yay! Part of me that would rather camp up here, get that morning light, but too much work to get everything up here. Okay, day 8 coming to an end. Signing off for now. So last night I had issues with my tent. My Big Agnes, I love it, but I've probably loved it for too long because it has multiple holes in the rain fly, a hole in the floor, and the inside mesh zipper is completely shot, so I can't even zip it up. And that last issue leads to problems with bugs inside my tent. So last night I had 2 caterpillars, and then eventually I had a spider. And for the most part, I'm a live, let live type of guy. But spiders, yeah, you know, I had an ex-girlfriend who pretty much the same mindset, live, let live, capture all bugs, take them outside. But when it came to spiders in the bedroom, deals off, instant kill, you know, no more debate. The idea of a spider on her in the middle of the night just freaked her out. So anyway, I understand that, but I still tried my best and actually got my Jetboil cup and captured this spider and got him outside. So anyway, so that was good until about 3 minutes later, spider's back. So I go through the same process, and it's a little harder this time because he's a fast little guy. He's a little brown guy with 2 big long arms plus the others. Anyway, I do it again, capture him, and get him outside, and all is good. Until about 3 minutes later, I'm reading my map at this moment. Spider scurries across my map and up my arm, and I squash him. I kill him. You know, and I feel bad. Yeah, it's his home, his environment, but yeah, the idea of that spider crawling all over me all night. I just couldn't take it. So anyway, about 3 minutes later, spider's back. And I realize it's not just one spider, it's a whole bunch of them. I've evidently pitched my tent in like Spider Town Central, and there's a whole bunch of these brown spiders. And over the next half an hour, I killed 12 of them before I finally turn off my light to go to bed. And I told myself they must be attracted to the light because that's the only way I could go to bed, because after that I didn't see any, didn't feel any, but yeah, they were probably there. And the moral of the story is, I love the Big Agnes tent, but I think it's time to get a new one because I don't like the bugs in the tent, and rain coming through the fly is not good. So anyway, that's the story of the day. Till next time. This is tedious. Sorry, ducks. I was about to say this is tedious. The stream has carved such a channel. The banks are so steep, every crossing is a major endeavor. Anybody want a sack of caterpillars for lunch? Ugh. These guys have already escaped. Go forth, children. Just look at all the caterpillar sacks up in the trees. They're everywhere. Just caterpillars everywhere. No room to even sit down. Look up on the wall. Just everywhere. Should be called Caterpillar Canyon. Wow, a lot of flood debris again high up on the floodplain. It's just still crazy to think that there could be this much damage up this high. If you look at a map, the 25 Mile Wash drains a huge catch basin, much larger than Coyote or Harris. It really is huge because all the left-hand collet and right-hand collet, all that area drains down into 20 Mile Wash and then 25 Mile Wash. So I could see how this could happen. It'd be a crazy time. Seems like a pretty good spot for a granola break. You know, I was thinking about the floods and the catch basin for 25 Mile Wash. I think for the last 5 days I've been walking down this drainage. Ever since I found that Coke can, I've been in the same drainage. Like that Coke can, if I were to have poured it out, eventually it would have drained to this very spot and eventually to the Escalante. Looks like snow or ice along the stream, but it's actually just the cottonwood fluffies. They're everywhere this time of year. Day 13, still walking down 25 Mile Wash. And I think I'm past the worst of the brush, I hope. And now I'm in the section with the big walls. I love it. In that section back there, I was probably going half a mile an hour. It's just so tedious. Just brush, brush, brush. Stream crossing, deep water. Brush, brush. Stream crossing, deep water. It's tedious. But this is nice. This is what I like. Day 13. Close to Escalante. Yay! I have reached the Escalante River. Woo-hoo. Man, that was a thrash coming down 25 Mile Wash. I think it was harder than I remember. But now I am happy. In the Escalante River, and time to move downstream. So that's the bottom of 25 Mile Wash right there. Somehow I got stuck up in the weeds, so I came out over there. My GPS said I still had a quarter mile to go. I'm like, that cannot be right. I can just tell by the curve of the sandstone, and then I could hear the river. I'm like, no, I'm close. And sure enough, I had to fight through some tamarisk, and there I was, standing in the river. Love it. Feels so good to be rid of that brush. I mean, I'll still have to fight some back and forth here. I'm sure I'll get tired of it too, but it took a long time to get down 25 Mile Wash. Now, this is lovely. Yay! I call that the redemption crossing. This was the spot 15 years ago on my first big hike across Utah that I got stopped. I couldn't make it with my pack on. Truth is, the water was higher that year, and so the water was swifter, but also I was fairly inexperienced and scared of water crossings, so it feels good to be back to that spot and be able to get right across without a problem. And this time there's no turning back. This time we are going downstream and all the way to Bear's Ears. Go. This is awesome. This is awesome. Walking down Escalante. Look at those walls. Look at that. Makes me happy. extra trekking pole. I've been keeping an eye out for a good straight stick. Finally found one. Definitely helps. This is a bushwhack. Oh my God. Freedom! I'm out of the brush. Back in the river. That's crazy. I camped probably 100 yards from the river. But to get here, I had to go back through that brush. It took about 20 minutes. Way too hard. So much easier walking down the river. So much more beautiful too. Day 14, walking down the Escalante. Love it. I've given up on trying to cut corners. The brush is just too much. So I'm walking river miles and I'm loving it. It's so nice. Really, I'd rather be in the river. It's probably one of the most peaceful days of my hike so far. Mid-thigh at the deepest that I've had to go through. If the water was 6 inches higher, this would be probably twice as hard. If it was a foot higher, it'd probably be 10 times as hard. So right now it's at that level, which is great. It's nice and clear too. Especially with polarized glasses, you can see right through the water. So you can see all the rocks, all the deep spots. Really is pretty amazing. So we need to pay attention now. There are occasional deep spots. If you're not watching, you'll fall into them. I see this a lot around the Escalante area. Don't know what it is, but it's pretty. Just watching the bubbles go by. Bubble line of the Escalante River. Up ahead on the left you can see the canyon coming in. That's Moody Canyon. That's where I'm going to leave the Escalante and head north and then continue east. Okay, let's go. I couldn't leave the Escalante without one last cool down dip. Yay! Ooh. Oh man, that felt so good. Okay, now I'm ready for another long stretch through some dry Utah desert. Goodbye, Escalante. I've really enjoyed our time together. I will see you again soon. Let's go! my way through the land of big boulders here in Moody Canyon. You know, my moment of zen about schedules the other day wasn't totally correct. My point was to live in the moment, but there are repercussions for not keeping a schedule. And for instance, this was not my planned route. I was going to go up East Moody. And so yeah, I was going to go up East Moody and then climb up into George's Camp Canyon and do some cross-country exploring up to Cliff Point and over the fold that direction. However, being behind schedule, I really didn't want to do an exploratory hike. And also, water consideration up there is a potential issue. It is definitely dry out here, and I've seen less water and potholes than I've ever seen. The water sources, springs and seeps, seem to be reliable, but no pothole water, and that other route was going to rely heavily on pothole water. So instead, to try to make up some time, I've decided to go up Moody Canyon to mid-Moody and over the Red Slide. I've done the Moodies before, but I've never gone over a Red Slide, so that'll be exciting. And from there, we're going to drop into Halls Creek and revisit our friend Halls Creek Narrows. Seems like every 3 years I manage to go that way. So anyway, that's what we're doing now. And for now, let's continue going up Moody. Looks like a fairly recent slide here. Usually when I say fairly recent about geological events, I'm joking. But this is pretty recent, because even one small flood would wash this stuff away. Came from right up there. All right, we are at the junction of Moody and mid-Moody. Okay, we're going that way. Definitely going slower this year. I don't know if it's because I was so out of shape or just the new terrain that was difficult, or it may sound silly, but the trekking pole really slowed me down. You get so used to a certain cadence of walking and take one pole away and that just kind of screws it up. I'm averaging under 15 miles a day, and I usually do about 20 miles a day on these trips. That's not quite fair because 20-mile average is for the whole hike, and I usually get longer days as I go on. But still, I'm definitely moving at a slower pace this year. So anyway, I have a idea where I might get some new poles at a resupply point, but we'll see if it works out. Fingers crossed. That's it. Cute short little canyon. Mid-Moody. Actually, we might have more canyon up there. Some interesting geology. And it looks like we have a nice little canyon taking shape here. Still making my way up through the rock jumble in mid-Moody. And more rocks ahead. this way. Maybe that way. Oh boy. And we're up. Whew. All right. That was fun. Goodbye, Rockfall.